What is up, everybody? My name is Ryan and this is Project Race Car. Today we're going to be installing a motor mount on the M3 because the guy swapped in a turbo motor mount. But the thing is that the turbo mount that he swapped in was a bottom mount turbo. So the turbo is supposed to go underneath. And it doesn't fit correctly. So we're going back to stock. We're going naturally aspirated with this. But let's get into it. Enough rambling. Let's swap out some motor mounts so that the exhaust will fit. So if we look at the motor mount down here, you can see that it's arched up. So the turbo is supposed to fit in this little hole right here. But this doesn't clear the exhaust like the headers. So I'll show you guys that. You guys can see when I go to try to line them up, it's hitting right on the... It's a horrible angle. You guys know what I'm talking about. Let's get this motor mount swapped out. Enough rambling. So we have the bolts lined up, so you can see that little bit of a difference, that inch or whatever it is, about an inch or two difference with the headers actually clearing. So we're gonna bolt this up. We just got the oil pan supported by the jack, so we'll get this in. So after getting the new motor mount in, I went over and test fitted the exhaust, and it does fit and it looks really good in here. So unfortunately the top has a hole in them, and so I have to seal those with a bolt, but I just wanted to make sure that the exhaust fit and didn't have any clearance issues. So it's a little bit tight on that side, but the exhaust is on. So now all we have left really is to wait for parts. But this thing should be up and running in about a week or so, which would be awesome. The car does have an M52 in it, but it has S52 cams and an M50 intake manifold. So the power that we should be running is around that 240 range, which is where the S52 would be. So we'll see how the car is actually running when it is running. But unfortunately we can't start it until all the parts come in, which they're coming in this Wednesday. So it's very exciting. I'm really hoping that it goes smoothly and everything goes well, but we will see. Today we are getting good and dirty, and we are pulling off the old exhaust studs and putting on the new exhaust studs and getting the exhaust set in. So to actually get the studs off, what you're gonna need is two bolts that are the same size as the stud. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put one bolt on backwards, and then we're gonna put the other bolt on the regular way, and then we're gonna tighten them against each other so that I'll show you. So we're gonna take one bolt and we're gonna put it on backwards. Till about right there. We're gonna grab the second bolt, put it on regular so that the two backs go together. And then what we'll do is we'll tighten them against each other. And what it's gonna do is it's going to use the force against these two, and it's going to back out the stud. Cool. So you can see that it just broke loose, and so then we'll be able to crank the bolt against it, and it will loosen all of our studs. Anyways, and then at a certain point you can just crank it by hand. Nice. And what we'll do is we'll do the same exact thing but the opposite to tighten the new studs on. Nice. So I'm gonna repeat that same process for all of these, and then we'll get the new ones in. So when we're looking at the Raceland exhaust, up at the top it has these holes for some odd reason. And so I went out to the hardware store and found a bolt that matches in all of these. And so that I don't have any exhaust leaks, what I'm gonna do is tighten them as much as possible, and they don't fully sit flush. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of welding and just throw a nice weld across all of the bolts. That way I don't have to worry about them in the future, and neither does the next owner. So all things considered, these came out actually pretty well. Again, they're not going to have any issues. And I got all of the welds on. I cleaned up the face, kind of. But these should do really well. Again, they should be good enough. It's a good enough job. So I got all of the bolts welded on. Again, they're not perfect welds. I am no master welder by any means, but practice does help. So these won't back out, and they'll seal up the holes in the exhaust, so it should be good. But all that's left to install these is we just need to throw a gasket on and get them all installed. I finished all of the studs, so literally every single one is done. Now I just need to get the gaskets and fit them on. So we got all the studs on, we got the exhaust fully on, and it looks amazing. But since that's all done, I've been doing some other work and we almost are ready to start it. I just have to wait for a single part to get in, so next video should be a complete startup. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video today. I hope you guys are excited to hear the E36 M3 start up. I'll be trying to get out some content on the E30. I know that it's been really a lot of content on the E36. But until next time, my name is Ryan. This is Project Race Car. Have an amazing day. Peace.